Hi, welcome back to yoga class. Let's find our spot where we are comfortable, maybe a cross-legged easy style here for us. Maybe our legs are open. Remember, check in with your body. Make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure that you have all the things that you need, whether you need a block or a belt, maybe a chair, some extra pillows or cushions, a blanket. And let's just get comfortable for a moment. So today we're moving into our crown chakra. This is above the head, at the top and towards the back. So if you want to check in with that, thumbs to the ear tops here, the tips of your ears, right inside, and then bring the index fingers together right as they touch, then press down and you have the crown of the head. That's where the crown of the head is. So you notice it's towards the back and on top. Let's just have a few deep breaths here, getting centered. So you could close the eyes, you can relax the shoulders, and just nice, deep, expanding breaths, feeling the heart, feeling the body. And our exhales, relaxing the body, checking in, allowing our thoughts to release and dissipate. So our centered thought today is, I cherish the freedom to be myself. I cherish the freedom to be myself. And just take a few breaths of that. I cherish the freedom to be myself. When you feel centered, we're all in the present moment as we pay attention to the breath, to our body. We're going to come into the seed mantra Om, A-U-M or A-H-M, however you want to see that. So it's a long sound of Ah with a humming M at the end of it. So let's inhale to Om. Inhale to Om. Inhale to Om. Just take a few deep breaths here. Finding that vibration has brought peace, a greater centeredness. And today we're going to work with our breath. So let's bring our hand into this. We're going to bring, you have a choice here. Either the fingers tuck in, the index and the middle finger can tuck into the hand. You could use the thumb and the ring finger. And it's for the nose as we move back and forth on the nose. You can also take these two fingers if you'd like and actually put it at our third eye, activating a little bit of the third eye as you move back and forth between your ring finger and the thumb as we breathe. So it's up to you. Let's get comfortable with how we are sitting. Let's either bring the fingers to the third eye using our thumb. Let's go ahead and plug one side, and we're going to inhale through the opposite nostril. So inhale, switching sides, exhale through the other. Inhale through that same side. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale through the same side. exhale through the other side. Inhale, same side. Exhale, other side. Inhale, same side. Exhale, other side. Inhale, same side. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale, same side. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale, same side. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, the other side. Inhale. And this is our last one. Exhale, switching that side. And then releasing that and just taking nice deep breaths through both sides. One more deep breath. And as we exhale, let's move into cat where we hang onto the knees, draw the abs in, press it back, chin into chest, round through, even through your sacrum, through the pelvis. And then let's rock to one side. And we're gonna draw our heart center to that knee, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, let's draw forward slowly to the other knee. And exhale, start to round it back. We're taking our time with our breath, even if it takes 2 breaths. Inhale, drawing forward to the other side. And exhale, rounding it back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And hopefully it gets a little bit easier. A little less tension in the hips and back. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're all going to be back into that cat posture, rounding through the spine, through the pelvis, navel tucked in towards the spine. And let's move to the other side. So we're just going to gently rock to the other side, heart center. Inhale all the way over to the opposite knee. And exhale, rounding through the shoulders, the back, the sacrum. And again, inhale as you move forward. Try and roll those shoulders back. Press the heart forward down as we move to the other side. And exhale, rounding it back. Inhale again, forward. We're hanging onto those knees, allowing it to help us. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, coming forward again. Letting the heart center move forward down to the opposite side. And let's exhale, round it back. Go ahead and sit back up tall. We're going to switch the legs. So if you had easy cross-legged style, just moving to that switched leg here. Let's inhale, lengthen the arms up and over. And exhale, just release palms, fingertips back down. Release and relax the shoulders. Sitting nice and tall now. Our abs are tucked in, spine vertebrae stacked and lengthened. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, releasing back down. Inhale, let's reach it up. This time, let's bring the gaze up. Expand through the heart here. Exhale, let's bring the chin into chest. Inhale, lengthening up and over. Exhale, chin comes back down into chest. Inhale, lengthening up and over. And exhale, slowly pressing away, down, chin into chest, fingertips now into the ground here. Let's lift the head back to neutral. Leave one hand down on the ground as it points the direction we're gonna move. So let's inhale, lengthen that other arm up and over. Exhale, lateral flexion, glide that arm, maybe bend the elbow. Keep the heart, chest open, shoulders stacked as we reach over. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And let's exhale. We can press with that hand, bring both arms up as we inhale, stretch up. Exhale, opposite hand comes down. Fingers point the direction we're going to move. Remember, we could glide that hand, soften, bend the elbow, stretch over to that side. Lateral flexion, keeping chest, heart open, shoulders stacking. 2 more breaths. And let's exhale, start to draw it back up. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, coming to namaste, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and move to one side or the other. We want to come up to all fours. So comfortably coming up to all fours here. Finding our joint alignment. Remember, you can always make fists for those wrists. You can always bring pads under the knees, and you can always bring the forearms all the way down and still move through most of our postures. So there's always a good modification or an option for all our stuff. Let's go ahead and inhale, one leg lengthen straight out. Dorsiflex the toes, lengthen through the body. Feel this length and tension all the way through our crown and through the heel of that foot that is extended. And let's exhale. We're going to bend that knee, bring knee towards the nose or heart. Round the back like we would cat. Contract the abs. Let's inhale, extend back out. Exhale, curl through the abs. Knee to heart or nose. Cat posture. Inhale, lengthens us back out. And exhale, knee to heart. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, knee to heart. Inhale, lengthen out. And let's exhale. Bring the knee towards that direction that you're going to bring the leg, extending from the hip, toes point forward. Go ahead and bring the sole of the foot all the way down for our gate pose. Start to tuck in the abs. Let's lift all the way up. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, let's release. One hand on the same side of the leg. Bring it up, the opposite hand, and we're going to lateral flex over to that side. Taking a couple more breaths as we have shoulders stacked and heart open. Let's exhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves back forward onto all threes. So coming back into that flat back, let's lift that leg and draw all the way back, bringing the knee back under. Switching to the other side, let's inhale and extend through that leg. Heel is the furthest point and crown of the head is the furthest point. Our abs are tucked in. We're lengthening through the spine, through the leg. Dorsiflexed feet. Let's go ahead and exhale, knee to heart or nose. Tuck it in like we would cat, compressing abs to spine. Inhale, lengthen out. Using the breath, let's exhale, knee to heart. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, knee to heart. Inhale, lengthens us out. Exhale, knee to nose, knee to heart. Inhale, lengthens us back out. And exhale, last one. Inhale, lengthens us out. remember, we're twisting that knee, that hip to that side so that we can extend through the leg all the way from our hip and bring it into our gate pose. As the sole of the foot comes down, we still have this knee and hip stacked. Let's tuck in the abs and lift all the way back up. As we find our alignment, our legs should be straight from our hip right out to the side, toes point forward, sole of the foot into the ground. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen both arms up and over. Exhale, bring that guiding arm, same side with the leg. Bring it down towards the leg, lift up, and then start to exhale, lateral flexion to that side. Keeping the heart open, stabilizing in the stabilizing leg that is below the hip. Abs are tucked in, focusing on the breath. Let's inhale, start to draw it back up. And exhale, sweep the arms back down. We're coming back forward into that tabletop, finding our joint alignment. Picking up that leg, sweeping it back for a moment, extending, and then releasing. As we release, let's bring glutes to heels, extended child's pose. Hands forward, release the head. Inhale, we're gonna come all the way up into our downward facing dog. Finding extension in the back, legs start to lengthen hip width distance apart, and we're pedaling through here. One heel at a time, pressing closer to our mat, knees bending one at a time. Let's inhale, one leg comes up and back. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it forward between the hands. And then keep it there while we have our low lunge. So bring the torso on the inside of that leg. Try to drop the hip a little bit more. And then we're going to extend. So as we inhale, let's extend through that front leg, or get as much extension as you can through that front leg. And then exhale, let's bring it back down where the hips come closer. You can always release the knee on the ground as an option, or you can keep the knee lifted. Let's move back into an inhale where we lengthen through the leg. Exhale, rebending, coming back down into our low lunge. Inhale, back into our pyramid. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid, and exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid. Now while we're in pyramid, let's pop that foot slightly forward, bring it to an angle, getting ready for our warrior one. So start to bend that front knee. You can use that knee to bring yourself up. Hips are forward facing already. Let's inhale, up and over. Nice deep breaths here in our warrior one. And let's exhale. We're going to open our hips to the side for our warrior two. So same arm as that leg extends forward. Check in with your knee. Make sure it's stacked above your ankle. Make sure you can see your toes or your big toe. Then bring the arms extending. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tighten those abs and lengthen through the arms. Looking over the front fingertips. Now as we stabilize here into the floor, we're rooting down through the feet. We're going to keep hips all the way grounded into the floor with the feet. And we're going to draw that arm forward as we inhale. So remember, hips are stable all the way through the legs. Exhale, we're going to draw it back. So the only thing moving here is our torso. Inhale, moving forward. Exhale, moving back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Let's bring it center. Bring the palms face up. Extend through that front leg. Draw the arms all the way up overhead. Let's take a few breaths here. One more breath. Let's exhale, palms face down, back to that T pose. And while our legs are straight, let's move into our pyramid by hinging forward, reaching forward, feeling that hip hinge. Then release that arm. Remember, you can always use a block here. And then bring the other arm up. If this is not a good option for your arms due to shoulders or anything else, you can always sweep that arm back behind you, reaching for the other hip, keeping the chest, shoulders open and stacked. Let's exhale, release that arm, soften, bend our front knee, come all the way back down. We're gonna step it back into our downward facing dog. Walking it out here, pedaling back through the legs, flattening through our back. Take a nice deep breath, come all the way to the balls of the feet, the toes. Let's exhale, release the heels, soften the knees, walk the hands back to our toes. Here we're going to bring our arms, inhaling, drawing up, soften those knees, glutes are tight, reverse swan dive with a flat back as we reach all the way up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's bring it back up. We're gonna sweep the arms out to the side, soften, bend those knees, hinge back into our chair pose. You choose your arms today, whether it's palms face us, rolling the shoulders back, elbows relaxing, or whether we're extending all the way through, or we have hands at heart, back at namaste hands. One more breath in our chair. Let's exhale, hinging back up. Inhale, draw up and over. You can add a slight back bend here as we gaze up. Exhale, let's move back into forward fold. Swan dive all the way into our forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. And exhale, soften those knees so we can walk it back out into our downward facing dog. Let's inhale into our plank pose. Keep tight abs, flatten the back, shoulders back. Let's draw our knees all the way down. And then hinge at our elbows so we can come into crocodile. So the elbows come into the rib cage. Nice flat back, and we're not all the way down. We're gonna press all the way back up. Exhale again, crocodile. Inhale back up. Exhale, crocodile. And inhale back up. Let's exhale, bring it all the way back into a child's pose of your choice. A couple of breaths here, just getting back in tune with the body and the breath. Let's start to bring our hands, arms stretching forward again, shoulder width distance apart. Press into the palms of the hands, the knuckles, and the fingertips. Let's bring ourselves all the way back up into our downward facing dog. Inhale, drawing the opposite leg up. Exhale, bend the knee. Let's draw it forward. And as we have it forward, you can adjust yourself. You're still hip width distance apart. All toes point forward. And we're just coming to that low lunge for a moment. So palms can be on the ground. Shift the body torso into the inside of this leg so that we can flatten the back. You always have an option also to bring it to the knee. Let's lengthen on an inhale, trying to lengthen that front leg. And exhale, back into our low lunge. Inhale, coming back into pyramid. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid. Exhale, low lunge. Last one here. Let's inhale the pyramid. pyramid. We're going to adjust our back leg again by popping slightly forward, turning that heel slightly in, setting up for our warrior one. Bend that front knee. You can use hands on the knee as you bring it all the way up. Hips are already facing forward. Nice deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Hips forward, abs tucked in, stacked vertebrae, lengthening all the way through and finding our breath. Paying attention to the breath as we move with the body. Taking a nice deep breath, we're going to move into our warrior two here. So as we move into warrior two, arms open to the side, hips open up to that side too. The same arm with the knee bent moves forward. The opposite arm is back. And we're looking beyond those fingertips. Check in with your knee just to make sure knee ankle alignment. You can at least see your big toe here. And just find the breath as we roll the shoulders back, tighten the abs, lengthen through the torso. Evenly pressing into the soles of the feet as we are grounded and rooted to the earth. And as we're in warrior two here, remember the hips are going to stay stable right where they're at. The legs are pressing into the floor. We're simply going to move at the torso by stretching forward on an inhale. And then stretching back through the back fingertips on an exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale, moving back. Inhale forward. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, moving back. And let's move to center. Elongate the front leg now so that we can move into our pyramid. Our hips are still open to the side. You can bring that back fingertips, hand to the hip if you'd like. We're going to stretch forward with that other hand that's reaching forward, dropping that hip. Release the hand. An option here, once again, is hand on hip, hand behind the back, on the other hip, reaching, or all the way up, continuing to open up the shoulders no matter where we're at. Use those abs, tight core and back to keep you lifted so that we're not rounding the back, that we have length through the spine. And just come back into that breathing, in and out of the nose. Let's exhale. We're going to slowly release that pyramid. Bend, soften that front knee. Let's bring our hands all the way back down. Set that foot back, downward facing dog. As we're in downward facing dog here, repedaling through the legs, through the knees, stretching. And softening the knees. Let's inhale, come forward into our plank. Find those tight abs. Still keeping our breath, not holding the breath here. And let's exhale, bring the knees down. We're going to come back into that tabletop stance. So knees under hips, palms under shoulders. Taking a nice deep breath, we're going to extend back through a leg, dorsiflex the foot. And exhale, draw those elbows in, coming into that crocodile push-up as it comes into the rib cage, flat back, and draw back up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lifts up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, release that knee. We're switching to the other side. Inhale, lengthen the opposite leg. Dorsiflex the foot. Exhale, keep the back flat, tight abs, elbows come into the rib cage. And inhale, back up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. And exhale, bring it down. And inhale up. Let's exhale, bring that knee back under the hip. We're gonna come into our wide-legged extended child's pose. So let's bring it all the way back, glutes to heels, open up the knees, and bring the forearms down. Maybe we stay on the forearms and lengthen through the back if it feels good as we release the head. Or we can bring all the way down to the floor. Let's go ahead and start to make our way back up into all fours. As we find all fours here, we want to move into our eye of the needle. So we're first going to start off with our windmill. So keep the back flat, everything in alignment. Let's inhale, one arm comes up. Reach it up. Let it spiral through the spine. And have a few breaths here. And let's exhale. We're going to sweep that same arm, hand, palm faces up now through the opposite side. As we do this, let's keep the palm face up. Let the shoulder come down. Let the head come down. You can always keep this arm in kickstand, or you can stretch forward and you can walk it over to the opposite side to open up that shoulder more. Let's exhale, bring that hand back into kickstand, press back up, coming back to all fours. Let's go ahead and start with our breath. We want to move into cow. So we're going to sink the spine, roll the shoulders back, lift through the tailbone, lift through the gaze, shine the heart forward as we inhale. Nice deep breath. Let's exhale back into cat, compressing abs to spine, chin into chest, rounding the back. Inhale, moving back into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhaling, cat. Let's inhale, flat back. We want to move to the other side. So starting with stabilization, other hand comes up as we inhale, reach it up, stack through the shoulders. Let the back twist and open. Coming back to our breath. And let's exhale. Eye of the needle, this hand starts to move to palm facing up, sweeping through that other side till the shoulder comes down, the head comes down. You can keep this hand in kickstand, or you can draw it forward and walk it to the opposite side to help open the shoulders here. Coming back to the breath. Nice deep breaths here. Let's start to bring that hand back to kickstand. Press into the palm of the hand. And let's bring ourselves back to all fours. We want to move back into our cow and cat pose. So as we find all four alignment, let's inhale, coming into expanding cow. And exhale, contracting, compressing cat. Inhale, coming back into our cow. Exhale, coming into cat. Inhale. And exhale. Let's move into a flat back. We're going to come all the way down to our mat. So as we come down to our mat, back down to the glutes, remember, get comfortable here. I like to use a belt. We are going to come into cow face pose. This requires legs and arms to do some things that look like a pretzel. So a belt always helps us. Also, a cushion under the glutes can help lift the body a bit, which helps with our legs. So having belt close by, whatever props you need for this cow face, let's just bring our soles of the feet in front of us, bent knees. We're going to allow one knee to open to the side. The other knee is just going to stay straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to take that ankle foot, draw that over to this side. So take the opposite leg, the knee is bent, the knee is starting to make its way forward from your heart to your face as you're forward facing, and that foot, sole of the foot, is starting to look back. So we keep that there. And remember, this leg, if it's too difficult to cross all the way over and do the same thing, we can always do a half pose. Both glutes are on the ground and the knee is bent here. You can keep it there. That's another option. The other option for our Turkish twist or our cow face pose, also Turkish twist here, we're going to bring that other leg. Same thing. You want the foot, the sole of the foot, to look towards the back wall. You're also trying to even this out. So if this foot is way far back and this foot is way far forward, we're trying our best to try and even it out so that it's across from each other. The knees also are trying to stack on top of one another as they point forward and center. This may not be possible for all of us, so just do the best you can. We are trying to get this opposite glute that is peeling off the ground back towards our floor. So let's just take a moment. You can hang on to the soles of the feet, or you can hang on to the knees in front of us. Either one. You're going to just take a moment, and let's just breathe and try to lengthen through the spine, and maybe even rock gently back and forth to try and open up the hips a little bit so that the both glutes can ground evenly into the floor. So gently close the eyes, lengthen through the torso, tuck those abs in, let the shoulders relax, and come into the breath in and out of the nose. All right, we've got our either Turkish twist legs or cow face legs here. But we're going to move into the full cow face. So let's take that belt to help us. So if you have whatever leg is crossed over the top, it's the opposite arm that's going to grab that belt. So the top leg, opposite arm, grabs the belt, sweeps back behind us, belt comes back behind us. We still have a hold of that belt. I want to take that elbow, so bring that elbow up over our chin, might be into the chest. Our fingertips now are pointing down. And then you're going to sweep this opposite arm that helped the elbow, and we're going to draw towards the back and let the fingers crawl up towards the other fingers, getting the hands as close as we can to each other. If you're able to clasp hands, like in a hook position or something, then do that. If you're not, you can use this belt or a towel. Remember, there's always options here. So once we find we have our grip, let's press our head back up into neutral, which pushes that other arm back behind us. And just take nice deep breaths here. So this is our full cow face. I know it may not make sense, but if you think about it, the elbows are the ears, and the legs are the lips of the cow. So it almost looks like a cow face. go ahead and exhale. We're going to release the arms, the hands, and now we're going to move into that Turkish twist since the legs are already there. So let's move that belt and the leg, remember the top knee, take that opposite hand to that knee, and we're going to take the other hand back behind us, sit tall, tuck in those abs, and twist to that direction. Let's go ahead and slowly bring it back. Gently start to release the legs. Even if you have it right here, we're still releasing those legs. As we release, let's go ahead and open them all the way out to our straddle pose for a moment. Dorsiflex the feet, sitting tall, maybe hanging onto the inside of the legs. Take that nice deep breath, and as we have the inside, let's exhale, flat back, heart leads forward and down. Dorsiflex the toes or up towards the ceiling. You're gonna always take the hands down the legs as well, getting a good grip. Roll those shoulders back, heart moves forward, abs are tucked in. We have that flat back. And just take nice deep breaths here. Full belly breaths. We want to feel this throughout the body as we breathe. And just coming back again to that centered thought while we breathe. I cherish the freedom to be myself. I cherish the freedom to be myself. Let's go ahead and slowly release that. We're coming back up. So remember how the legs were crossed. We're going to cross them the other way. So gently first start with the legs bending, softening those knees. Soles of the feet are back on the ground. Remember that opposite leg. Bring it through. Start to bring the sole of the foot facing the back wall. Try to bring the knee close to center, heart, head center, forward facing. And then option to just go ahead and bring that other sole of the foot right down into the floor and the knee bent. And you can just sit tall here. You can still move through our cow pose like this as well, and our Turkish twist. So it's up to you. If you would like to move into the full posture once again, you could then start to bring that other leg on top of the other leg, trying to bring both knees so that they center and even stack. Some of us are not that flexible, not a problem. Just do the best you can with your body. So remember that sole of the foot also faces the back wall, and if one is really far back and the other one's really far forward, try your best to bring them as even as you can. So as we have brought them as much even as we can here, either hang on to the feet, hang on to the knees. We're taking a moment to sit tall, to roll those shoulders back, and just try to relax into this and allow the hips to open. So just taking a few deep breaths, and you're always welcome to bring movement to this. If it feels good, to gently rock left and right with a just slight motion to try and bring that other hip down towards the floor, other glute down towards the floor. We are trying to even out the hips and the glutes. So let's take a moment here, close the eyes, breathe through this with our legs and our hips. Let's get ready for the full cow face. So if you need a towel, a belt, anything will help that brings those hands closer together. So remember, the leg that is on top, that is crossed over, it's the opposite arm that has the belt, sweeps up, back behind you towards the vertebrae, center vertebrae, elbow up. You can use that hand to help you chin into chest at first, maybe to get that arm back there. And then when you're ready, take that hand and draw it all the way back. Until you're able to grab the belt, try to walk the belt towards that other hand. Doing our best to get the hands closer together, or maybe our hands and fingers touch and we could hook them together and not even use a belt. Strong core, we're gonna lift back up to neutral. So bring the head gazing back forward and neutral. Sitting tall and focusing on our breath. And maybe in here we're bringing, I am spiritually free. I am spiritually free. Moksha hum. Let's go ahead and start to release just the hands. You can move that belt or towel to the side. Take a moment to sit tall again. Hopefully that other glute has relaxed a little bit more through our breath. And once again, paying attention to that breath so we can ease the tension in the muscles, in the joints, taking our time with our body today. Now we're going to move into our Turkish twist. So let's take that opposite arm hand to that knee on top, start to twist, lift tall through the torso, and bring that other hand back behind you to help continue twisting. Coming back into your breath. Exhale, gently coming back to center here. We're going to gently release our crossed legs. And this time, we're going to bring it into our diamond-shaped pose. So this is almost like butterfly. Soles of the feet are connected to each other. The knees are bent and out to the side. But we have a nice diamond shape by keeping the heels away from the body. So heels, soles of the feet connect. We're sitting nice and tall. And here we're just taking a few deep breaths, relaxing the shoulders, expanding through the heart, and keeping the abs tucked in and the glutes grounded. So as we're here in our pyramid posture with our legs, we're actually going to come to a hand mudra for our crown chakra. So this is going to be our 1,000-petal lotus. You're going to bring palms face forward, fingers spread wide. Connect the thumb, connect the index finger. You have a nice diamond shape here. Start to lift it up towards the sky. And then we're going to bring it back, because remember the crown of the head is towards the back of the head. And you're going to bend those elbows, keep the heart open. Thumbs that are connected point down into the crown, and the fingers all point up. Take a moment here as we find the breath, stability in our glutes, lengthen through the spine, closing the eyes for a moment. As we close the eyes, you'll notice a cooling all the way through the fingertips, like you are underneath a cool waterfall. So maybe even imagining that cool waterfall that you're underneath. It is cooling the body, cooling the mind. As the cool water moves from crown, fingertips, all the way through the body, through the toes and feet. Nice deep breaths of cooling energy here. Breath. And let's exhale and start to release that. I hope that brought a cooling energy throughout your body. We are getting ready for our Shavasana. So make sure you have plenty of things to make you comfortable. Bring whatever you need. We're going to soften, bend those knees, tuck those abs in, round the back, come all the way back into the floor. Knees come towards the chest for a moment. Maybe forehead comes towards the knees. Let's gently rock left and right. And let's start to release here. Starting to release the legs. We're just going to move right into our Shavasana. So once the torso is relaxed, the back is into the floor. Take a moment to maybe open the palms of the hands if that feels good to you. Take a few more deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can relax the legs all the way down to the ends of the mat. And make sure you have enough room to open them up. Allow those feet to be open. You want to be comfortable, open, ready to receive, feeling grounded and safe here. So this is your space to come back to yourself. Closing the eyes, coming into the breath. Focusing on the inhales, it expands through the body, feeling everything up here throughout the body. And the exhales, we're letting go of the outside world, letting go of tension, letting go of stress, letting go of those to-do lists, any anxieties, anything you might be feeling, we're letting completely go. And just coming back into the inner peace of ourselves. Each breath, a little more relaxation. I cherish the freedom to be myself. Moksha Hum. I am spiritually free. Moksha Hum. I am spiritually free. Moksha Hum. I am spiritually free. A little quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. Remember always that you not only have the right to be an individual, but you have an obligation to be one. In meditation, we reflect on the beautiful truth that we are already whole. We are not dependent upon anyone or anything to become complete in spirit. We've always been a complete expression of love, wisdom, and happiness. If we feel as if something is missing, it is because we are seeing through the eyes of our ego mind, which has a limited perspective of our infinite divine nature. With the realization that we already have everything we need, we desire, then we give up the exhausting search to find that person or situation of achievement to make us feel whole. We stop waiting for someone to complete us, and we open to the love that is right here, right now, in our own heart. And from that boundless this well of spirit, we are free to share the deepest experience of love with people in our lives. Taking a moment here. When you hear the words, "You are completely lovable," how easily can you embrace the truth of this statement? Take a moment, ponder this thought. Embrace the truth that you are completely lovable. Observing your current state with frequency. You gift yourself with the opportunity to open just a little bit more each time. Expanding to receive the love you seek. Pondering, what negative self-belief would you like to release? What old belief do you want to let go of? Take a moment to thank this old belief for the lesson that you received. Visualize this belief leaving your body, leaving your mind. Now that you've released that old belief, the limiting belief, you are open for more space to fill your being with love and light. Take a moment to bring in a positive affirmation for yourself. What are 3 things you can do today to treat yourself as the most precious being on the planet? Coming back to our centered thought, I cherish the freedom to be myself. I cherish the freedom to be myself. Moksha hum, I am spiritually free. Moksha hum, I am spiritually free. Let's come back to our breath. Allowing it to expand through the body as it reawakens. Bringing movement, awareness back to our limbs, back to our fingers, our toes. And as we bring movement, you can take a moment, twist, stretch, reawaken the body, whatever you need to do that feels good to the body to reawaken here. And then when you're ready, you can move to that left side if it's comfortable on your left. Coming into that fetal position for a moment, knees nice and close to our body. And when you're ready to come back up, let's press through the palms of the hands. Use that arm strength to push away from our mat as we come all the way back up to our sitting style. Thank you for joining me for class today. Namaste. Namaste.